All right, this is 7-4. This is one of our reasoning strategies, and so it's a concept that we've talked about before, but this lesson specifically gives us some opportunities to practice writing an equation to help us solve a word problem. All right, so we're going to help Miss Smith with her moving problem. She rents a moving van that costs $29.95 a day, plus 12 cents for every mile, which is pretty good in terms of prices for moving vans, in case you were wondering. Anyways, her bill for a 2-day rental was $70.46. How many miles did she drive? Let's say she forgot to write that down, and that's some really important information, so we need to help her solve that problem. Now, when I'm working, there's a couple of things that I'll want to remember. First of all, what is the question asking for? And if you look at the last part of it, says how many miles did she drive? So I'm looking for the number of miles that she drove. I'm also looking at what's the information that's given to me. I know how much the van costs each day, and I know how much it also costs to drive it per mile. Okay? And so this word problem gives us a clue that I'm going to have to add the cost per day and the cost per mile together. So take a look at how I'm going to set this up. I've got 2 days times the cost per day. I've got the cost per mile times the number of miles. And that's going to give me my total. Notice I'm going to be adding those two groups of prices, or those two groups together. So here's what it looks like with some numbers in there. So 2 days times the cost per day. The cost per mile times the number of miles. Remember, I don't know how many miles we went, and so that's what I'm looking for. And then they tell me my total is this amount. Now, once I combine like terms and simplify a little bit, this is going to look like just solving an equation. The important part, though, is to be able to read the question carefully, figure out what we're looking for, find our unknown, and then plug the numbers into their proper place. The workbook and also the textbook have some good examples of this, and this same problem is in the textbook, and they kind of walk you through that step by step, question by question to help you solve. So if you're still not sure, you either can ask me or maybe reference the book or the other online videos from the textbook. Anyway, to continue to solve this problem, first I would multiply 2 times $29.95 and 0.12 or 12 hundredths times m. Right now I'm just kind of simplifying my equation, combining like terms. So I've got 59.90 plus 0.12 m equals 70.46. Here my process is just the same as solving equations. I've got addition and multiplication happening to the variable. When I'm solving, I do the opposite of the order of operations. So I'm going to have to subtract each side by 59.50 first before I can divide. So I do that, and I get 0.12 m equals 10.56. And so the opposite of multiplying in this case would be to divide each side by 0.12. And so I do that, and my answer is 88. And so I know that she moved 88 miles, so that's how far the van drove. So again, Mrs. Smith thanks you for your help, and if you have any questions, let me know, or you can reference the textbook as well.